Yo, ladies and gentlemen, it's Egal Talks About. We're back again with another video. I got Monts in the building today. Premier League season's around the corner. Alexander Isak's linked to Liverpool. So many things going about. And you know something? I don't get too many chances to actually have a conversation with Monts one-on-one. So this is a very good opportunity to actually pick his brain and just see what he's really thinking about Arsenal without all the fluff and the banter. Just for fun, just for real talks for once. But yo, how you doing, Monts?
I'm all good, man. Just, this is the ISAK goal keeps going left and right, two centre backs hopefully coming through the door. Just itching for the season to start, man. Like, you literally have 2 days. 2 days and Liverpool's going to be playing. So I find that quite surreal because it feels like the season only ended the other day. Maybe because of the Club World Cup, innit? I don't know. But I'm buzzing for the season to get started again, man. I feel like it's been too long without our Premier League football, and you can tell by like the state of the timeline and stuff. So yeah, man, I'm just happy.
How does it feel? You guys are on pace to potentially have one of the greatest transfer windows of all time.
As I always said, man, like for me, I always used to say about doing things the right way, and not spending crazy money and building your team. See, after a window like this, I don't know why no one told me this is how it feels. Why did no one tell me this? They said, I said, I'd never change up after the money. I changed up after the money. I changed up after the money. But like, this is crazy. Potentially breaking our transfer record twice with another striker that cost Egal. It's crazy, bro. Is this how you lot felt when you went and got Rice? I don't know. Is this how it felt? Is this the feeling?
We've done one. You guys are doing how many? You're about to break. Well, first of all, you went and spent how much on Florian Wirtz? You went and spent how much on Ekitike? And now you're gonna go do Isak.
And to be fair, I always say this though, Liverpool do tend to have this knack of every 4 or 5 years, sometimes 6 years, we just charge up. We charge up one mega window. And then for the other 3-4 windows, it's like you'll get maybe 1 or 2 70 million. You know, like your Soberslais, your Darwin Núñez is kind of in between the windows. But you have like a mega window, like again, Van Dijk in January, Alisson in summer, Fabinho, Shaqiri, all these guys coming in like that. Even though it's not on the level of this window, that was a big window for us. For Liverpool's natural spending power that we usually have shown, that's a big window for us. So for us to go and see someone like Ekitike again wasn't cheap. We know how much he was. He weren't cheap. You know what I'm saying? Florian Wirtz 100 million up front. It goes up to 160 million as a total package. And then let's not act like we didn't spend 100 million on our wing backs. Cool. Obviously, Frimpong was, I think he was like 30 M's and it's in installments. So that's basically pennies. But Carcass was still 40 odd. You know what I'm saying? This is really like surreal for Liverpool because I feel like every summer we get told it's going to be a war chest dig out, bro, and then we end up doing nothing. Especially last season, we were told it was a war chest. We got Chiesa.
You guys sell so well. Also, I'm literally when you sold Darwin Núñez, I went on TikTok and I just screamed on the camera. I was pissed. I'm like, how are you getting 53 million euros for Darwin Núñez after all the times you yelled at your camera saying this guy's shit?
Bro.
Look at this. You've only spent 100 million basically.
Yeah, if we're talking net spend, yeah, we're always. But we've always been like the net spend kings, not the kings, but we've always been up there when it comes to net spend. Do you know what I'm saying? Doing our thing and selling well. I feel like even the Kwanzaa sell, like, bro, being able to sell Kwanzaa. And you know what's funny? You see that departures of 25, 26. That's not done. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you got to remember, Ben Doak will be leaving as well. That's another 20 million. Harvey Elliott could be leaving. You know what I'm saying? Could get some chump change out of Chiesa. 5 million. I don't see why not.
Liverpool will be 15.
yeah. Knowing us, someone's gonna pay up 50 million. We're gonna be like, how did we do that?
No, but you know what it is? You guys and Chelsea have mastered the wage bill situation. City, Arsenal, Manchester United, our wage bills are kind of crazy compared to you guys. Think about it. You have title winners in your team that are starting week in, week out, making less than Zinchenko.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you know about, do you know how much Konate is on? Do you want to take a guess on how much Konate is on?
50?
70. But yeah, Konate's on 70,000.
You know who the closest person to Konate in our team is?
Who?
Reece Nelson making 100K.
Reece Nelson makes more than Konate? That's crazy. See, these are the things that's crazy to me.
Tomiyasu, we terminated his contract, but he was making more than that.
Do you want to know how much Curtis Jones is on?
Let me guess. He's on like 40. 30.
15.
What? This is what is this? Slave labor. 15.
To be fair, it's not all squeaky clean. Like Chiesa's on 150 and he barely plays. So
No, but that Curtis Jones, you could sell him tomorrow for 50 mil. Easy.
Yeah, 40, 50 mil, that region. Similar to
Okay.
Harvey Elliott. You know
All
what I'm
right,
saying? Like,
let's get into the main thing though.
yeah.
Is it kind of hypocritical that Liverpool fans were so upset about Trent, and now Isak's doing similar thing, even worse, might I say, and you guys are
Mhm.
cheering it on?
I'll be real, absolutely. It's hypocritical from both sides. It's hypocritical from the sense that we were so against the way Trent had handled the situation, and then now it's like we're so pro for the Newcastle situation with Isak to push for his move. But I also feel like it's also hypocritical from the footballing world as well. So I think it works both ways. Us in the way I just explained, and if you actually break it down from the Newcastle perspective, the whole world was saying, not the whole world, a lot of the footballing world was saying that Trent is just fulfilling his dreams, you know, being ambitious, trying to get to the pinnacle of football. And if he has to go and leave Liverpool to do that, then so be it. And that was kind of like the argument against us Liverpool fans to say your emotions don't matter. It's Trent's life, his decision, his ambition. But now when it comes to Isak, the Newcastle fans are burning shirts. They hate him. He's a scrub. He's
He should
this.
be
Let
do
him
as
go.
he's told, Jordy said.
He should do as he's told. You know, when I'm pretty sure he's bought him as much or as much silverware than Alan Shearer. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's funny that the fans that went from telling us how to feel about Trent now don't want to be told how to feel about Isak. You see what I mean? So this is my point where it's not a footballing thing. The hypocrite cycle lies with fans and teams and players. It's just a never-ending cycle. It's just whether it's in your favor or not. And that's one of the main points I was trying to make with Trent. It's not a Liverpool fan thing with Trent. It's just a football thing. I believe most fan bases would have reacted the same. Maybe the emotional trauma can vary depending on maybe the size of the team or whatever, how much coverage he even gets. Weiss doing the same thing because it's Brentford. No
It's
disrespect,
even worse. 25 mil he's
yeah,
getting mad about.
and it's not the same coverage, but maybe that's because it's a Brentford move to Newcastle rather than a Liverpool move to Real Madrid or a Coutinho, for example, a Liverpool move to Barcelona.
Trevor Chalobah last year with Chelsea. We
You
see these things all sorts of ways. You're right.
This is what I'm saying. So I do admit to the hypocrisy, obviously, of Liverpool fans kind of being like, well, but I do feel like a part of the Liverpool fans are going, well, I feel like I certainly feel like, well, you know what? Energy for energy. You lot say Trent needs to fulfill his dreams. You know what? Isak can go fulfill his dreams too. You know what I'm saying? Come to the big boys. You know what I'm saying? But I do liken the situation. I actually think because Trent was a contract situation as well, predominantly, I actually think this Isak situation is a lot closer to the Coutinho saga in 2017 for me. Like it was almost it's not identical, but Coutinho faked the injury, refused to play for the team, didn't train, handed in a transfer request. It's almost the same timeline. Do you know what I'm saying? It's almost the same timeline.
And it's similar money too.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So go on.
Is Isak the best use of funds for Liverpool, for lack of a better word? Would you be better off getting another left winger and maybe getting a backup DM, or do you need Isak more than anything else?
So this was the conversation, man. Like we have this debate where it's like we didn't think we was gonna get Isak and Ekatike quite early on in the window. I don't think many Liverpool fans felt that would have happened, especially with our spending history. So it was kind of like, right, do you go for Ekatike and Rodrigo, or do you just spend it all on Isak? Now, value for money, Ekatike and Rodrigo suits it more. And that's not me disrespecting Isak in any sort of way. I think he's one of the best strikers in the world. I think no one can deny that. But Isak does have his injury issues. He's not invincible. If he, God forbid, gets an injury for a large part of the season, that is 150 million, by the way. That's 150 million pound asset. Now, kind of up in the clouds a little bit. So if you look at if you can cover left wing and Ekatike, and I think we could all see how good Ekatike did look in that Community Shield. If there's any positives to us losing that game, I think Hugo was probably the biggest positive from that game. You look at that and go, you can cover two positions with one world-class or potentially world-class player and a player who is a promising talent in Ekatike. I think with Isak, it's more risky, but the reward can be probably higher because he's actually the one that's Premier League proven. He's the one you know is going to get you 25 goals in the season, 2025. You know those are the numbers he's going to get if he predominantly stays fit. I personally don't think that any player is worth 150 million. Maybe Lamine Yamal. I don't think any player is worth that money that Newcastle are pricing out Isak for. But I think the Ekatike Rodrigo move probably would help the team more. But the ceiling of having Isak there with Salah, that is the direct replacement for Salah's goals. So I understand kind of both sides of the argument, to be fair.
Hey, my next point is going to be, do you see the argument for why Liverpool might not win the league that people are saying? Because we're going to shift gears to the title race for a second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
We'll talk about Arsenal and everybody else in a second also. But say you do have this team going into the season and say, I'm not saying Konate is leaving. They just have Guehi there as a new signing. You know,
got Gravenberch in there as a
do you think that's a lot of change?
Yeah, so you know what it is? They got Grav as the furthest midfielder. It's killing me. They got to swap Gravenberch.
So do you think this is too much change? Could it be too much change for Liverpool?
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is half the team essentially in it. You know what I'm saying? It is half the starting 11. I think for one, Guehi doesn't play over Konate straight away, so we can take that one out.
Does Konate go to Real Madrid?
Not this year. Anyways,
no, next year.
Next year, no. I think Konate does stay. I think he does stay.
I do too.
But it's not crazy to say he goes because it's Real Madrid. Their knock is different. We have to.
I think with all the signings, he's gonna see that the ambition is being matched by the club, and will sign.
It does, because ambition does play a part. We look at Isak, as I said, we were speaking about earlier with Hooks and the guys. And if Isak wants to stay, they just got back into European football when they signed Ramsdale and Elanga. You actually like Elanga, by the way, but Elanga and Ramsdale.
You're looking at two centre backs also. That's a mad thing.
Yeah, and Leone as well. If you look at that 11, I don't know if you can bring that back up. If you're looking at the 11, Frimpong is interchangeable with Bradley, and Guehi won't be starting straight away over Konate. So therefore, if you actually look at the team, it will be Isak definitely in that starting 11. Sure, I don't think Ekatike is a guaranteed starter on the left over Gakpo. I just with the manager's preferences. So I feel like it will be
Gakpo's reliable as a starter.
I think his preseason has been very, very inconsistent. I've not been happy with his preseason. I've said this openly in it. But last season before his injury, he was definitely reliable. I just think he also there was a good blend of Luis Diaz there. But I think Gakpo right now, just for now, is the starter for Liverpool on that left wing. So you got Isak up top. Wirtz is the new boy in the midfield. Kirkes is definitely playing over Robertson. And I think Frimpong, even though I say Frimpong and Bradley are interchangeable, I do think the manager will favour Jeremy in it. So I think it's not necessarily 6 changes. I think it's 4 changes. If we get every single target, I think the guaranteed starters that come into the team are Wirtz, Isak, Kirkes, and arguably Frimpong. I think the Guehi, Ekatike are in and around the team who will be knocking on the door the second someone kind of drops form. And I think the manager is quite ruthless to make those changes as well. And I think Szoboszlai will get more minutes than people think as well. But I do understand the reason why some people think Liverpool might not win the league. There's no divine right for anyone to go and retain the title. It's one of the hardest things to do, to retain the title. We've not done it in the Premier League era. We've not retained the title. And to retain the title, you have to keep refreshing things. But at the same time, the blend's still got to be the same. Arsenal, and for me, people laugh at Arsenal. I think they've strengthened. For me, it just depends on the manager and his tactics and how he can utilize that. If the manager doesn't utilize the tactics the same, you could see the same Arsenal. But on paper, the board have done what the board has done, and they might still even get Eze. There is still the quiet Rodrigo whispers. Things can happen. Look at Man City with Rodrigo.
I don't think we get Rodrigo. I think he goes to City, to be fair. And I think Eze goes to Spurs unless we can sell Trossard, Jesus, and some of these guys and just get them out the building, and Eze still waits around. But even then, if we don't bring in Eze, Arsenal can then maybe go and get a natural left winger like a Rafael Leal or somebody else. I don't know. We have to wait and see. I do think our transfer window is not over. I don't think
I agree.
Liverpool's transfer window's over until they get Isak and a couple center backs. But could you also do for a DM? Do you think you'll have money left over for a DM?
I think we can go another year without a serial six, like a proper destroyer. You know what I'm saying? Everyone knows I like my destroyers bald and not caring about their appearance. I like my destroyers. Do you know what I'm saying? No, I'm sorry, I need my destroyers looking like Fabinho. No hairline in that, bro. No hairline. Big shin pads, no hairline. Sondiko boots and that.
You could have used the Zubimendi type defensive midfielder, a shabby type.
Dictator of play and stuff. I think McAllister is probably that player for us. Because even though McAllister is more of a 10-8, he never gets used in the 10. He never gets, like, he played that role so many times for Brighton. He never gets used in the 10 for us. I don't know, maybe because it's a mobility thing. I don't know what it is.
You know what it is? It's you're in the best team, we need you in the middle. You're the best player in the team, we need you in the middle. That's what it was.
We just do everything. Yeah.
Now he's in a team where it's like, this is the best job you can do for us. Now that I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm just simply saying.
And
Brighton,
he had Caicedo in the other team.
At Brighton, he is the system. At Liverpool, he's part of the system. And that's also kind of what I was saying to United fans, but about Cunha and Mbeumo. But that's a different conversation for another day. Who's the most serious threat to Liverpool this season?
Still, for me, it's Arsenal. I've said I think Arsenal finish second. But if Man City go and get Rodrigo and Donnarumma, can't ignore that. Really,
you rate Man City like that?
Yeah, for me, if they go and get those signings, defensively, I think they need one or two as well. And I'm talking more wing backs for them. They can't just keep playing 4 centre backs or playing Mateus Nunes at right back, because it's just going to be looking like a strip club defensive line for them. That's what it's going to be looking like for them.
Mateus Nunes, Aït-Nouri, right now they don't have really good defensive fullbacks.
Yeah, it's a big issue.
And then Rodri's injured, Kovacic is injured apparently. It's Reinders and who's going to be their midfield to start?
It'll be Nico Gonzalez, Reinders, and Cherky probably, or Nico Gonzalez, Reinders, and
Gonzalez could be loaned out. They still have Gundogan on their books.
I just think because of Rodri's fitness, I don't think they can afford to loan out Gonzalez, and they bought him for 60 million. Like
their best asset is Pep. Pep is their biggest asset.
Is he anymore? I will have to see, because this is his first time he's had to really change Man City. Really change Man City. Do you know what I'm saying? I know there's been changes before, but this is like a no KDB. You know what I'm saying? Like Gundogan's past it. Bernardo's not what he used to be. You know, these guys aren't here anymore. Mahrez, these guys aren't here anymore, bro.
They don't have anything that they're elite at anymore. They used to be the best attack, best midfield. They were never really the best defense. Now they don't have the best defense. Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool have just as good as a midfield or maybe better. And attack-wise, let's be honest, Liverpool have the best attack in the league. And City are second maybe at best. So I'm looking at them.
If they get Rodrigo, though, that is a big boost going forward.
Is it when they have Rodrigo, who plays on the left, predominantly right-footed, Doku, who plays on the left, predominantly left-footed, Marmoush plays on the left and can also play striker, predominantly left-footed. It's a weird way to build a squad where you have so many players similar.
Yeah, it's very interchangeable. Some might say too interchangeable, because you want to have your specialists in positions, which is again something that Pep is still also showing that you can do. But I just think that the attacking combinations they can put together with so much quality. I think City, like, I know some people writing them off. I can't write off a team that's got 6 Prems in the last 4 years, man. I can't do it.
Isak, what's your starting? Say you get Isak, what is your top 4 before we wrap up?
If we get Isak,
yeah,
my top 4 in. So I'm gonna back the boys. I'm saying Liverpool to win the league, Liverpool to retain it. As it stands, I've still got Arsenal in second place. I've got City in third place. I think they've got too many goals to fall out the top 4 or have some sort of a calamity. And you never know, Rodri could just come back and then just shell it off, and City look like City again. And I think Chelsea are very close 4th. And I think that'll be in that order. But I do think 3rd and 4th are interchangeable. I think. I think Chelsea got to make 1 or 2 more signings for me to be like, oh yeah, you're like as good as Arsenal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or like as consistent as Arsenal. I think, yes, Chelsea could have certain players that are stronger in certain areas, but I think the machine that you guys have built kind of, you have that level, you have that base level. Your base level is still higher than a lot of teams, regardless of the banter topics that fly around on social media. So whether you like it or not, Arsenal will be there, in my opinion, especially
Also,
now that you've got the final piece as well.
I heard you're a fan of a certain Martin Odegaard, where other people always criticize him. You're somebody who comes up and defends him. Do you think it's out of the realm of possibility that he could be one of the players of the season again, candidates like he was in 2022, 2023? Or do you think he's not that guy anymore?
I think Arteta's gonna have a say in that. Arteta's gonna have a massive say in that. It's up to Arteta to unlock the best version of Odegaard. You get a good Odegaard, and for me, you get a better Arsenal, because when Odegaard is cooking, the rest of the team is really in full flow. Everyone looks better. I've always said I feel like I've seen the best Odegaard with Jorginho. He was in the midfield. Rice is the battering ram. Jorginho's in there, killing it through the lines. Odegaard's on the half turn. He's got time and space to get his head up, and then that's when the danger really happens, innit? That's when you see. And I also want to kind of put Ben White in there as well. Ben White is someone who people don't really see him facilitate with his passing. He really facilitates Odegaard. He facilitates Saka the best, like Saka with Ben White. Timber's a better right back than Ben White, in my opinion. But Ben White's relationship, people that Ben White, Odegaard, Saka trio, very, very difficult to stop. Very difficult to stop. So for me, Zubimendi is that Jorginho piece now. So that's why I think that you can't look at Odegaard and tell me he's crap. I'm sorry, like, cool, you can have a bad season. No, players aren't robots, and agenda if you run, I ain't gonna lie. But for me, with Odegaard, it's clear as day to see the talent of Martin Odegaard. It's just, can you get him on the half turn fast enough? Can you get him enough runners? If you slow the build-up play down as much as you did, that Arteta did last season, then he is going to look average. He is going to look average. Do you know what I'm saying? He didn't have, for me, he's too technically assured, and in terms of his ball retention, to be running around playing this destructive 8. Doesn't need to be doing all of that. Get him on the half turn. Let Rice do all that. Get Zubimendi threading the ball through the lines like Jorginho did, and then you'll see a better Odegaard. I don't know why it's so hard to see that, to say that, and just delete all of what I just said and say, oh no, he's had a bad season, he's crap.
Yeah, that's how people are, man. That's how people are. Agenda's agenda. But hey, we're gonna wrap it up here. It's great to have Monts on. Really do appreciate you giving me some of your time so we can have this conversation. And yeah, may the best man win. The season's about to start. We see Liverpool play on Friday. Obviously, you're gonna win your first game versus Palace. You're very confident.
Nothing's guaranteed, but we should win, yeah.
There you go. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good day, guys. You're going to be live later tonight, so people go check them out. Big Six Bands. I'm going to put the link in the description. You already know what it is. Peace.
Big up.